So this is pretty interesting. There's like this douche-off that's going on in the Republican Party now. There's this thing called the Groyper movement that seems to be growing somewhat. They seem to have some numbers online, and then they also seem to have some people in person. And the head of this Groyper movement is a guy by the name of Nick Fuentes. And so he is actually going to confront Ben Shapiro because Ben Shapiro and Nick have been beefing. Nick has been beefing with Charlie Kirk in Turning Point USA. Charlie Kirk was literally chased out of a university because of Nick and his groupies. So, it's definitely not something insignificant that's growing here in terms of their arena. Now, how significant are they? I'm not really sure. But it seems like Ben is trying not to give Nick Fuentes attention. So he actually literally walks up to him to talk to him while he's walking with his wife, who's going to be enslaved under Bernie Sanders, and his kids. So let's check it out.
Ben, it's great to see you. Why did you give a 45-minute speech about me at Stanford, and you won't even look at my...
Hey, he's with his kids.
Come on, I'm right here. Hey, let him cross. Let him cross. I know you're with your family, but I can't get you anywhere else. A 45-minute speech? Wow. Well, that's our free speech warrior, everybody. Champion of the battle of ideas. Hey, come on. It's his family, man. It's his family.
Aren't you supposed to rise above instead of going down in the mud
because
with someone?
he gave a 45-minute speech about me.
You're only repeating that because you're trying to make yourself sound important and you're not.
They've been swearing it for years. This is the only time we can get him is when he's crossing the street and he uses... I guess he's just like the Palestinians using human shields, right?
So, okay, there's a lot to break down here in this situation, okay? So, first of all, Ben Shapiro is with his kids and his wife, okay? So, you just don't... That's not something that you do. Now, they're outside of a Turning Point USA conference. Ben should not be bringing his family with him to these conferences and to this kind of stuff. That's actually, honestly, kind of fucking sketch. It's pretty a sketch thing to do. And I don't know why he would do that. It's a really bad idea. But, the free speech thing that he brings up, it does not apply in this scenario where he's literally with his kids and his wife, who's going to be, by the way, enslaved under Medicare for All, according to Ben, and is a doctor. Don't want to let you forget that. She is a doctor. But, it does kind of apply to, the Battle of Ideas thing does kind of apply to Nick and Ben, just because, I guess Ben doesn't want to debate him to give him any attention, which is a smart move. I think the best way to kind of get rid of this movement is essentially to just kind of shun them and just sort of not really give them any attention. I feel like the more you do that, the more eyes you get on them, and it's just kind of a bad idea. But this guy definitely seems to be a big-time douche nozzle. And when it comes to who's more of a douche between Ben and Nick, I know it's like the shinier turd, but to keep it real with you, Nick is definitely much worse than Ben is. Now, that's not to say Ben is good, because Ben is directly responsible for that guy in France, Alexandre Bissonnette, who went into a mosque and shot people up. If you go watch his video on the myth of the, I forgot what it's called, like the myth of the something Muslim or whatever. I forgot what it was called, but if you go watch that video, you'll see exactly what it is. He's telling them it's going to be too late. And so that guy went up and fucking shot up a mosque. So, he's been responsible for that shit. Ben Shapiro is racist as fuck, too. They're both racist. It's just Nick is worse in his racism, and he's more open about it than Ben is. So, they're both shit. Like, they're both massive turds. They're gargantuan turds, but Nick Fuentes is definitely worse, okay? He's definitely worse. And he's such a fucking douchey weasel, too. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this down below.